We just got ourselves a console mod drop today, but there was also some updates to some mods that have previously been released, and they're exciting, which I'll be breaking down quickly in this video, as well as offering some fixes because there are some issues with mods getting updated, which I'll talk about. But the mods that got updated, we got ourselves a cheater spell scroll, which is one of the ones that could potentially have some issues with working properly, which I'll break down how to correct that in this video. We also got an update to the witch class, which adds a new subclass, as well the Mindweaver adds the Aetheric Strider subclass to it, and we also got ourselves an update to Mistress spells, which adds a few more spells to the game, and also the Mana Flare Magic Aura weapons, which was previously just added to console recently. So I guess first things first, I'll start off with the Cheater's Ring update, because it is now Cheater's Scroll. So you can see here, there's two different ones. We go into it, you can still grab the Cheater's Ring here. It's still an option that you can grab. But you may notice when you go to use the Cheater's Ring that it may not work properly. So we have it equipped here. You got the Cheater's Ring utility. If I wanted to summon in the tutorial chest, you'll see here that we'll have the little boop happen, and we don't get ourselves a Cheater's tutorial chest. There is a fix for it. So even if we go with any of the other ones, it won't allow us to spawn it in. But I'll talk about how to restore that access. However, if we use one of the other things like the buffs here, like if we use our Cheater's Firebolt, we still get the effects out of these. So not to worry if you're focused more so on like the damage ones, like the instant kill or the magic missile or replenishing your spell slots, things like that. There's also the update Cheater's Ring spell scroll, which you click here whenever the mod gets updated, and it should refresh the ring itself. But as you'll see, I go to spawn this in and it still won't work. The way to actually correct this, it's a little bit of a tedious maneuver, but what you have to do is you have to uninstall the mod itself and then go into a save file that does not have this mod installed. This can also work with creating a new save file and loading into that save file at least once. I'd also recommend maybe trying a long rest if possible, just to make sure that everything does work as intended. And then what you're going to go do is reinstall the mod and then go into your game that you originally had it in, and you're going to be able to, you'll hopefully be able to get it to work properly. So it does have to have that refresh of starting a new playthrough or having a different playthrough with no mods, and then going back in and reinstalling it. So if you're having issues, that is the way to fix it. But yeah, it's pretty fun. I like the different spells you got. Like you got the big explosion there. You got the guidance and all that regular spells that they added, or all the regular spells plus more. But the nice thing about this is, I'll show you in a second here. So you got all the regular ones here, but you also got the ability to unlock your waypoints. You can spawn the magic mirror here if you want to be able to just change your character. So some really nice changes there. But my favorite feature of this is if you go into it and you grab it, you can actually take these spells like the Cheaters Create Water, and we can slot it. I lost it there. We can slot it on our mini bar. So that is really useful for if you're wanting to like just work on, or if you want to just use a spell and not think too much about it. You literally just have to go in here, drag the spell that you want. Let's say Misty Step. I have this mod that makes this disappear, so that's why it's causing issues. We'll just drop a dimension door there. So yeah, it's weird, it's not working properly. I guess we have to drag it to this area here. Maybe this one's just a bit buggy at the moment, but you can drag those to your hotbar and assign it there. I'm not sure what was going on there. I always have a bunch of issues because I have like 300 mods installed, and I just refreshed them all last weekend. So yeah, you should be able to put them there on your hotbar. For some reason that wasn't working properly. It might have been because I dragged them into the void there, but yeah, you're able to do that. But we also got an update to the Witch mod and the Mindweaver mod. So two really great updates here that I know a lot of people are looking forward to, because there's some subclasses that are now available to be selected. So if we go ahead here and pick the Mindweaver, we have our 4 base subclasses, but we now have the Aetheric Strider, which focuses on bow and swords in perfect harmony. This is a fun one. You get some different cantrips here, like the Mind Piece here, or the Mind Seeker, the Sonic Detonation, and some other cantrips that are focused on weapon attacks, like Soul Rend, doing necrotic damage, or the Aether Blade Ruin, or the Death Veil Spiral. We also have some class passes similar to the normal ones that we get there, and new icons updated, Arcane Might Infusement. So that's pretty cool. I'll show off just briefly what this looks like, because there's some pretty nice effects here that got added in. As well, the Witch mod got updated too, so I'll just briefly run you guys through this mod here because it's fun. You got the classic Mind Surge, and you can see here we have a bunch of different spells, like the Mind Shackle, which is on the other classes, but we also have the Spectral Pursuit, chilling your connection to the astral plane, launching a Psychic Infused Arrow, dealing 1 to 8 psychic damage at your target, slowing them and teleporting to the location. Mindseeker Barrage does 3d4 and +3 of psychic damage, unleash 3 psychic infused arrows that twist through the air, finding their way to the targets with each shot. Each arrow homes in a devastating accuracy, never missing its target, dealing 2 to 5 psychic damage to enemies across the battlefield. This is almost like a magic missile of psychic damage for a bow user. The Veil Exile, with the precise thrust dealing weapon damage, the Eric Strider banishes the target to the Aether Veil for 2 turns, infusing with a volatile energy. Upon returning, the unstable Aether detonates, dealing 2 to 12 necrotic damage, damaging all nearby, and erupts again the following turn, unleashing a final burst of destruction and all targets around them. And then we also have the Cloak of Malice, shrouded in an aura of dark intent, invisibility until your next strike. When you break from the shadows, your next cantrip or spell deals additional 1d4 of necrotic or psychic damage based on the damage source dealt. Any healing or ally spells remove this effect. So a lot of cool effects here. And then we also have our classic fighting styles that we get. I guess we choose 2 spells here. What's nice about this is it just adds a cool spell arch, like a magic archer. If you play Dragon's Dogma to this, I love it. I'm always a fan of adding in like magic and bows. I think that's a cool combination that's not explored quite often, but this works really well. We also got the Blade and Bow Requiem here. Strike with a relentless harmony of steel and precision. Each range attack or cantrip empowers your melee strikes and cantrips with lethal force, dealing 1 to 4 psychic damage. And each cantrip deals, or striking your aim for your next range shot or cantrip, dealing 1d4 necrotic damage. I'm going to be doing a full build on this tomorrow, so you can stay tuned for that. As well, I just want to show off the new Witch subclass that was added, because I'm a huge fan of this mod. This is one of my favorites. It's like a kind of like the wizard, but a little different. So we got ourselves the new subclass, the Invoker, which adds advantage on saving throws to maintain concentration on spells, and a few different spells here that are more so focused on like buffing your team up. So pulling divine and arcane energies from the Aether, this mage focuses traditional magic to enhance physical and mental abilities. So it's fun. I really enjoy the mage class, and getting more updates to it is really nice to see. So yeah, you can see here we got some cool spells. I'll just quickly rip through them just so you can see what it all gets. And what's nice is the subclasses get their own unique spells that you get to select too. So yeah, I think that's really fun. Now I guess we'll just go ahead here and we'll show you just level 5 just to get an idea of it. But you can see, I guess the subclass, mostly the support spells. I'll be doing a build for this one as well here soon, but we'll be expecting the new Mindweaver subclass as well. And the Mana Flare weapons, I'll just briefly touch on here. It's got some new ones, and certain characters will have their own, like Minthara's got her own one. These just, I love the looks of these. So they add like a full aura to your attacks, and you can do like whatever type of damage. This is good for if you want to be a spellcaster with magic, or if you want to be like a monk and go in and punch people with cold damage. So I love this mod. It's cool. It appears once you pull it out, and you can see there, it looks awesome. So just wanted to touch on these mod updates, as I was talking about the mod that got dropped today, and this got brought up. So yeah, just want to give that as well as the tips and tricks. If you have any issues with installing or fixing the Cheater's Ring, just let me know in the comments. I'll try to do my best to help out with that. Please hit the subscribe button below if you haven't already, and I'll see you all in the next video.